So have you ever wondered how high volume real estate teams sell so many homes every single year? Well, in this video, my business partner Pat Hayes is interviewing the Franklin team. They are the #1 producing team globally for eXp Realty, and they sold over 1,600 homes last year. So if you're looking to scale your real estate business, be sure to take a lot of notes. These guys definitely know what they're doing. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Let me just kind of introduce my good friends here real quick. But if you guys don't know this, they're the #1 team at eXp, right? And so they did 1,650 transactions last year for 2020, 560 million in volume. That's correct, guys. $560 million in volume, $9 million in gross commission income for 2020. And they left RE/MAX after 28 years to join eXp over 3 years ago. And they just hit over 400 agents in their revenue share organization, right? And so without further ado, my good friend, I've got Jimmy and Andrew Franklin on the line. Welcome, guys. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, doing great. Well, guys, I know you guys are crazy busy, and I respect your time, but I just wanted to say first off, thanks for hopping on the call. Thanks for being our special guest to kick off our first Friday mastermind of the year. And I know you guys are team players just like I am. I'm here to help you. You're here to help me as well too. So
thanks for having us, Pat. I appreciate it. So I got my license in '82 when I was 27, and I was with Century 21 until 1986. RE/MAX was kind of a newer company in '86. Left there, and we were there until 18, and then this model appeared, and it was a no-brainer for us. We left. I'm leaving out a lot of stuff in the middle. I was a single agent. Eventually became a team. Eventually developed a niche with builders and some programs that I did with them that kind of catapulted our production to levels that we couldn't have imagined. Andrew came on, left investment banking. I'll let him talk about that a little bit, in 2013, and sort of took over the production of my team, and along with Sarah and Andy Gleason, and then I stayed sort of involved a little bit in business development and funding some of our buyout programs, et cetera. And then he told me about this model and just blew us away. And yeah, we were in. Took us about 15 minutes, Andrew, to make that call to leave after 32 years at RE/MAX. And in the interim, we've with Dayton Schrader in San Antonio. Andrew had already created Envision Title in Houston. We piggybacked on that, Dayton and I, and did Envision Title in San Antonio. And Pat allows us to come to the lunch and learns and support, and we all support each other. Keep us in mind, guys, San Antonio Realtors here. We sort of pride ourselves as being the eXp Title company. And then recently this year, and I'll let Andrew talk more about that because he's really the guy on this one. But we started Eagle Point Lending, which is a hard money lender for mainly flips, short-term things. We do some other things as well, but that's my minute and a half, I guess.
Love it. No, that's awesome. All right, so Andrew, your turn. So kind of tell us. I know you've got an amazing resume, and you're holding the fort down there in Houston, and you're juggling the real estate team, Eagle Point Lending, with the growth with that, and also Envision Title. So kind of tell the group, we've got, these are all eXp agents here, all across the country. There may be one or two or maybe a few guests here. There's a lot of investors here as well too, especially up in Dallas with Chris Sonier and with Ian Flanagan and his group up there in Dallas. A lot of real estate investors in San Antonio as well too that are looking to kind of start flipping some houses, but they don't really know where to start. They don't know where to find the funds. And so this is a great way for us all to come together and kind of help each other and kind of keep it all in-house together. So Andrew, without further ado, take it away, my friend.
Yeah. Well, this is freaking awesome. 4 pages worth of a mastermind you guys are all joining. This is all giving me ideas for our RevShare group. I already copied and pasted Mike Sherrard's YouTube. So that's why we joined this stuff, man. One, we want to give back value, but we get as much from you guys as you get from us. And so I think my dad did a pretty good overview of what we're doing. What I'd prefer to do is sort of, we're here to help you guys. So I would love to open it up to anything any topic you guys want us to hit on, what we're doing, how we can help you guys. So if there's something, if y'all want to, unmute yourself or hit in the chat, we would love to help you guys for as long as you guys want to hear us talk.
I'll kick it off because it's very fascinating. What systems do you guys use, CRMs or management systems, to manage 1,600 transactions? That just seems like it's just
yeah. So great question. We actually are on KV Core. We have the team version of that, so we can have all our leads under one roof. We also built out, and if you guys want to build out any automation, I have an amazing guy that can do that for you at a pretty cheap cost. So he built out a lot of our back end sort of systems. So he uses a thing called Smart Sheets. It's basically an Excel, but just smarter. And what it does is it can track everything for you, and it builds dashboards. And so I hired this guy for $6,000 for the month, and he built out a ton of automation for us. So if you want to schedule a call with him, I can get that to Pat and he can disseminate. I have no connection with him. He's actually a director of operations for another eXp team in Arizona. And I reached out to him because I knew he was capable. So a lot of it was done from him. And then honestly, we have people that have been with us a long time, so they handle a lot of volume, and we pay them super well, so they don't ever leave us. So that's really the biggest thing. I mean, we don't use any other fancy systems except those things.
Wow,
it's amazing. Yeah, 1,600 transactions. That's just like mind blowing.
That is crazy. That is wow. Yeah, that's a lot of transactions right there. That's awesome. All right, so. Who's got another question? And I've got a few questions as well too, but I'm gonna let other agents talk. So
I had a quick question for you.
Yep, go ahead.
You mentioned before you work with a lot of builders. What programs do you use to get the builder business?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Good question. So we have a couple programs that we offer. And the whole point of those programs are to get these builder referrals. And so what we try to do is we go to a builder and basically explain to them that we can help them create incremental sales or help them eliminate contingencies. And the way we do that is we go into the builder and tell them that, hey, if you have a client that has a home to sell or a lease to be bought out of, and you do not have a realtor, we have these two programs that work hand in hand with each other. And the first is an easy one that anyone can do tomorrow. We offer to sell their house at no charge if we can be put on the new home. And the way we do that is we charge the 6% upfront. And then when they close on the new home, we give them our 3% listing side commission back. And the reason that works well for us is because we don't have to do anything on the new construction home. A lot of these builders will end up putting us on the new home before we've talked to the client, before we even, I'll get calls from salespeople that are like, hey, I moved communities to XYZ. I put you on a contract. Can you reach out to this seller? And the XYZ community I've never heard of. And so I'm not showing them property. So although, it looks like we're discounting, a lot of times what we're doing is we're getting a $400,000 new home, 3%, to sell a $300,000 resale. So the math works out. So that's our plan A, or our free list. We call it our free listing program. The other thing, which we can definitely talk in detail on a follow-up call if anyone's interested in rolling this out, is we have our Plan B, or our buyout program. My dad created that in 2000. So we've had this program for over 20 years now. And basically it's a safety net. If the house doesn't sell, we will purchase it from the client so the builder can still have their closing. And it's not like Open Door. We actually reimburse profit if we do have to buy the house. But if anyone has any interest, we have no secrets with our eXp friends, and glad to share more information with anyone that wants it.
Hey, Andrew. Oh, whoa. I guess you get me in space today. I didn't realize I had that turned on. I was really intrigued to hear the question about the back-end systems that you use, and I am kind of interested in that gentleman that you're utilizing. But how about staff? Do you have a ratio of staff to brokers that you've figured out works well, and what kind of staff is needed to support those folks? I mean, some of it's obvious, but do you have any specialized staff that you've broken out into to make that whole thing work?
Yeah, so good question. We don't really have any formulas on, hey, once we do this, a number of deals, because what we've been doing in the last year is really trying to grow our retail division, our non-builder division. And that's just not as staff heavy because it's a lot more buyer agent business. But the listings is sort of where we track. But with that, we have about 10 full-time licensed admin that handle that. And then it just sort of depends. Some agents use the staff more than others. And so we're very sort of in tune with our employees. We have a VP of operations that's at the office every single day. And so we basically sort of use her to tell us if we need to tool up or tool down. What we've also done that's been pretty much of a game changer for us in the last year is we hired a couple virtual assistants. And we have a great company, actually an eXp partner of ours that places those, those people have been just as good as our full-time employees. They might not do the exact amount of work, but for $5 an hour, they're taking a lot of workload off our full-time, Houston employees. And so if any of you guys are having that hesitation of, oh, I don't want to pay 40 grand for an admin or 50 grand or 60 grand, that's a good way to dip your toe in the world, and they can take a lot off your plate. So glad to sort of talk about our experience there as well. But that's what we've been doing, Caleb, to not have to get a full-time employee. We'll add a VA. And then if it's something that we really can't use a VA, we'll just add another person based on our VP of ops telling us everyone's too slammed at the office. So it's there's no science to it, but we just stay very close with our staff members.
Thank you. You beat me to it. And the other part of that, I was going to ask about VAs. Do you use the ISAs, the concierge service through the KV Core platform? Is that any use to you?
We have not done anything with ISAs. All of our calls are done by our agents. I'm not sure about the concierge service. My KV Core expert would be able to answer that for you better.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. Very helpful.
Awesome. And then let's see. Someone else asked a question here. What is your listing to buyer sales ratio?
Yeah, we're probably 70% listings, 30% buyers, and we're trying to change that and get more buyers. And that's what we're trying to do to build out our retail division, do more open houses, stuff we usually didn't do much in the past. But we are a pretty big listing shop.
That is awesome. All right, and I've got one question here, maybe before we shift gears over to the Eagle Point Lending. All right, so you guys did $560 million in volume for 2020, 1,650 transactions. What are your goals? I'm kind of scared to even hear these goals. What are your goals for 2021 for the production side?
Yeah, so we the production and the transactions are more sexy to social media, but we don't even have a production and transaction goal. We want to hit 10 million in GCI for the first time ever, while keeping our 30% margins. So we care more about revenue and profit than we do on production, and whatever production and transactions fall, great. But we don't even have a number, but we do have 10 million GCI has been a big goal of ours.
Wow.
So hopefully we can eclipse that this year.
That is awesome. Well, kudos to you guys. Now let's let's shift a little bit from the from the production to the agent attraction side real quick before we get into the other good stuff that we want to talk about. So kind of share with everybody how long you guys have exactly been here at eXp. Who is your sponsor, and then how big is your revenue share organization to date right now?
So we've been at eXp September 1st, 2018. Like a lot of other people, we got shown this model and thought it was goofy a couple years before that. And I lose sleep every night knowing that. But we're happy we made the decision when we did. Wish it was earlier though. Our sponsors were coaches of mine, Kevin Kaufman and Fred Weaver out of Arizona. They're with Group 4610, and they were at KW for about a decade. And on a random coaching call, I told them we were leaving Remax. We didn't know where we were going to go. And they told me they were leaving KW and we should go together. And here we are. It's been a great move. And we just eclipsed 405 people as of this morning in our RevShare group.
Woo!
I think we're trying to, I don't know, Andrew and I have shared our end of the year goal, but we're pretty close to bringing on a 50 agent office, independent office in another town, and so I was thinking we could probably get to 700 by the end of the year. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, 700 is the goal. Reasonable and not crazy, and think we'll get it. We're about to have a onboarding call on 3 o'clock today with a 45 agent team out of Austin and Houston. So we're pretty stoked about that. That'll be our biggest group to bring on so far.
Wow, that is awesome. That's huge right there. And I love what you guys have already done, and I love those goals. And so, share with the group, how are you guys building that organization of over 400 agents? Obviously you guys are big influencers in Houston. Are agents reaching out to you? My camera froze there real quick. Are agents reaching out to you? Obviously, since you have left Remax after so long, what are they doing? Are you reaching out to them? How are you growing that revenue share organization?
Yeah. So, we have not reached out to a ton of people. We're not doing any cold emailing or calling or texting. Like someone said, we're trying to lead with value and relationships.
Yep.
If we don't know someone, it's very rare that we're going to reach out. We've changed that a little bit. What we're doing is we're reaching out to some big teams across the country and sort of telling them we can help them with their builder programs if they want to partner with us. So besides that, everything we're doing is all relationship based. We probably only spend 2 to 5 hours a week on RevShare, and it's more reactive. In 2021, we're trying to make it more proactive. We actually hired, one of the VAs we hired was strictly for RevShare. But everything we're doing is at the end of the day, agents want to sell more real estate. That's the bottom line. Sell more real estate or put more money in their pocket. Right. And so if you can figure out a way to help them do that, they'll be attracted to you. So we're using that sort of mentality to bring value, bring relationships, and try to grow their business and help them be a partner all the way through. And that's worked well for us. But like a lot of people, we need to time block our time to focus on it because it's just such a massive opportunity. And that's a big goal of ours, is to devote more time to it in 2021.
Awesome. Love it, man. All right, so now let's shift over to Envision Title. And I know you guys are absolutely crushing there over in Houston, and San Antonio is growing. And guys, so I just want to let you guys know my story. So whenever I first got started in real estate over 7 years ago, I was using First American Title. That was my only title company that I used until I actually met Jimmy and Andrew. And then I found out that, they were a part of Envision Title here in San Antonio. And I said, hey, listen, if you're, a part of eXp, I want to help you. So I shifted and moved all of my business from First American Title over to Envision Title. and it's been a game changer ever since. And so they're amazing. The staff is unbelievable. The products that they have, the things that they're developing to help us as agents, with our business, make it easier. And it's fun to work with them, and they help us out as well too. And again, guys, Jimmy and Andrew are not a part of my revenue store organization. I wish they were. I wish I knew them, and I wish I gave them that call in September, but they're not. But that's okay. Yeah, because we still work together to help each other out, right? Just like what Brent Gove says, one team, one dream, Team eXp. So if you guys are on the call and you guys are in Houston, reach out to them and get to know Andrew and Jimmy as well and their staff, and they'll gladly take you over to their offices there and meet the closers and meet the staff there. And then also, if you're in San Antonio, reach out to me. Reach out to Jackie Browning as well too. She's an eXp agent and also works for Envision Title here in San Antonio, and is at our Lunch and Learn every single Friday. And she's going to be there today, helping us out, promoting Envision Title, because you know what? If we're all working together, let's all work together and create a team together, right? Because every agent needs a team. They need a lender, they need a title company, they need a home inspector, right? And so let's all come together and build our team together. And so my team is Envision Title, and so they're absolutely amazing. So Andrew or Jimmy, if you guys just want to come to share the story behind Envision Title and what you guys are doing and what you guys have done and what you guys have built, and then maybe your vision for your growth and how we can all help each other out. Because that's the reason why I wanted to work with you guys, because at First American Title, they weren't a part of eXp. They didn't know our vision and our goals, and so you guys are a part of eXp, and we all want to work together. And so that's why I decided to move my business over to you guys. So just kind of share a little bit about what you guys have done in the last several years and what you guys want to do maybe in the next year or two with Envision.
Pat, if I can piggyback on what you just said, if any of you guys ever are talking to anyone that you think we could maybe help you bring them across the finish line, we're particularly been successful speaking for obvious reasons to big RE/MAX teams. We've been real successful bringing on some very, very big $100 million RE/MAX teams. We're happy to jump on that call. I know Andrew, I can speak for Andrew as well. So, feel free to don't even think twice about it. If we can, if you're talking to anyone, we're happy to help make that happen. Envision Title, Andrew and Sarah started Envision Title in Houston a year before we did. We started it in was it 18? You were starting in 17, right, Andrew? We've been exceptionally fortunate getting some amazing staff that runs the title company. Jackie's unbelievable business development. We also offer brick and mortar for you guys. If you since we are a virtual company, we have really nice space in there. If you have meetings that you want to have, we do a lot of stuff for Rick anyway. A lot of training. We have a fantastic training area, but we also will, block off. We have an office if you ever need to come in there and work, or Starbucks is not private enough. We have that space as well. And I just want to thank Pat for all the support that he's given us, and that was a great phone call last year when Dayton and I were speaking at the Rick's big event, and it was great that Pat and I connected and became friends, and I cannot tell you how much support and it's what eXp is all about. So,
yep. Well, hey man, thank you. And I know one of my awesome rockstar agents, Lisa Flores down in Corpus, I know she just sent a message saying that they need an Envision Title down there in Corpus. So I'm not sure if that is in the growth plans or not, but hey, we're here to support you guys as well too. Andrew, do you just want to kind of share a little bit about Houston? Because I know we've got a lot of Houston agents on the call as well too. How many locations do you guys have? Where are you guys at? How can they reach you to maybe get a tour so they can eventually move their business over from where they're at over to Envision?
Yeah. So like my dad said, we started it from scratch at the end of 2017, I believe. And we're now in 2 locations. One is Willcrest and I-10, so basically Beltway and I-10. And then we have a Clear Lake office, and we're in talks with opening up a Conroe office as well as a Katy office. So I think both of those could be 2021. So we'll have 4 locations if those all work out. If they don't, we'll just have the Willcrest and Clear Lake office. We have several reps, great closers. A lot of the team has been together at a prior title company. So we're handling a lot of volume. We handle a lot of eXp agents. And so they know that you don't send checks to the Regis office, all that good stuff that a lot of title companies don't know.
Yep.
And so glad to, I put my cell phone and email in the chat. If you guys want to do anything with Envision, or if I can help you with VAs or systems or builder stuff, definitely reach out. So I put that up in there. Glad to help anyone any way I can.
Awesome. All right, so that is eXp, that's Envision Title. So now let's go into Eagle Point Lending. And guys, I mean, these they have several businesses, and they're here to help us all out. And so I want to help them out because they help me, and I want to help all of you guys out as well too. And I know we've got a lot of investors on the call, always looking to buy a flip house, always looking to find funding, and sometimes they can't, and sometimes they can't get approved or whatnot. But Andrew and Jimmy have launched Eagle Point Lending, and their business is just exploding there in the Houston area, and I want to help them grow it here in San Antonio. And again, guys, I'm not getting paid anything to help them grow anything. I'm just doing it for them because they help us out at our Lunch and Learns here in San Antonio. And so maybe just kind of go ahead and just share kind of why you guys did it, what you guys are doing, and then how we can help you guys, and maybe what's the process to get a hold of you guys if someone does have a flip that they do want to close.
Yeah, so we're a typical private hard money lender, all non-owner occupied. So can't do someone moving into the house and has bad credit and they have a good down payment. All sort of fix and flip, buy and hold, new construction, transactional funding, a short-term funding. So we can close in 2 to 3 days. We typically close cash, and then we get a warehouse bank involved on the back end, which doesn't affect the investor. So we close super quick. We underwrite deals typically the same day, within 12 hours. And we have a website, Eagle Point Lending. It has an application on there. So all you have to do if you have a deal that you want us to look at is fill out that application. It takes about 2 minutes. If that, it'll email us and we'll get back to you immediately. So we've done a lot with eXp agents in Houston. We've done a couple deals in San Antonio, but so far a majority of our deals have been in Houston, but we can do stuff anywhere in Texas. So glad to help any of you investors out there that need to add another private lender. We're super easygoing and we're quick. So
that is awesome. And again, so you guys can do anywhere in Texas, right? Not outside of Texas, just all in Texas as of right now, right?
Yeah, right now we're just going to stay with Texas.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, let's open it up for some Q&A for the last, maybe 5 to 7 minutes or so. And I definitely respect their time. But who's got any other questions? Again, don't be shy. Turn on those cameras. Let's see those smiling faces. It's Friday. It's a beautiful sunny Friday here in San Antonio to kick off 2021. But who's got any other questions for Andrew or my good friend Jimmy?
I have a question.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just curious, with all your selling and doing a title company and hard lending, how do you manage your time and how do you allocate your time?
That's a good question. Should I bring in my fiance in here to say that I don't really manage my time? No, we have awesome people. The title side, Jimmy has an awesome director of operations. I have a president in Houston. And so title is spent only on the fun stuff, growing offices, recruiting new business development reps. The operations are pretty much off our plate these days. So that's not that big of a deal. The Franklin team, I mean, we just have awesome people. We're both out of production. And so we're more managing the Franklin team. So we're not, talking to sellers and buyers. Oddly enough, Eagle Point Lending, since it's brand new, and the smallest business we have, we spend more time on that right now than anything. So it's just systems and leverage and getting good people and giving them power to take over. But yeah, we do work a little bit, but we enjoy it.
Thank you.
Love it. All right. Who's got another question for Andrew or Jimmy?
I got one for Jimmy.
Yeah, go ahead
Jimmy.
again.
Hey, bud, I know you've been in the business a long time.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. You've seen all these different brokerage models over the years. What is your vision of kind of how big can eXp get as far as market share globally? What is your thoughts on the company?
I don't know about market share, but I do think that we can get to comfortably, quickly, with similar kind of growth that we've had to get to where we are now. I think we could easily get to 100,000, and then I think we can get to 200,000, right, Andrew? I mean, is there any, Pat? You guys, Pat especially knows, has better feel than
what are the projections? Into 80 to 100 by the end of this year?
Yeah, I believe 100,000 agents by the end of 2021, and I think we can get there. And real quick, how many agents did Remax have whenever you guys left? I was just curious. I don't even need
80 to 90.
80 to
90,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Ian, to answer your, my opinion of it is, you have the big boys, right? The big boys, Realogy, Remax, Keller, all bigger than eXp, all worse models. If you take the emotions and I love my broker and I own a market center out of it, and you just compare them, there's no debate, right? eXp is a better model. And so why is eXp not going to continue to take market share? I think the only sort of disruptor out there is the discount brokerage, people that don't want to pay a lot. They don't care about value. They don't care about stock or rev share. But why? I don't see why we can't in the States go to 200 or 250,000 agents. And then the real opportunity nationally. I mean, how does eXp open up 6 locations in 6 months, or 6 and then 4 more, 10 in the last 7 months, right, that they've announced? So the model is obviously scalable. So, it sounds silly, all the, Curtis Johnson, who I love, and all these people saying it's going to 1 million agents. I'm not going to be that person, but I think it's going over 200,000 agents personally.
Right. No, I agree. And then also I've got one other question real quick, if you guys got a few extra minutes, but,
sure.
I know you guys were at Remax for a long time, and you guys probably helped Remax grow. And obviously I know the answer to this question, but, how much stock did Remax give you? And I know you guys are icon agents, and you guys are more than icon agents. And, I've on private messages that we have going on between me, you, and your dad, and Dayton Schrader, I know the amount of stock that you have, but, maybe just tell the agents about, how life-changing that is just alone on the stock for you guys. How awesome is that to now be able to, build, wealth? I know you guys are already, building wealth, but how awesome is that just by really switching over from Remax over to eXp? How life-changing has that stock been?
Remax made me pay for my own plaques.
Oh my God.
If I didn't go to the convention, which I typically didn't go to, you had to pay for your own plaque.
Wow.
So hopefully that answers your question about how much stock they gave me.
Yeah. Now I know Andrew's a big numbers guy, and I know you are too, Jimmy. But I know Andrew loves the stock, as we all too. But Andrew, maybe just kind of share with the group, how EXPI is really come in y'all's life, and I know you guys are building a massive portfolio just on the stock.
Yeah, I mean, we had very little interest when we came to EXP about the stock, and now we've made a lot more money in stock than we have in rev share. That 5% of the commission when you're doing 9 million in commission creeps up pretty quickly. So we have a lot of stock at a $9 price. So we've been, I mean, the model and the company and just the relationships we've created here have just been absolutely game changing. Pat, I mean, this is why I'll, put my cell phone out to you guys, and I don't care if every single one of you calls me, because this company has given us so much back, and we want to do the same. And I hope you guys are experiencing the same thing, because it's a mighty special place.
Man, that's awesome. Love it, man. And that's why we're here to help you guys. And that's why, I thought of you guys to, kick off the year on our first Friday mastermind, because I know what you guys are doing with, not only EXP, but with Eagle Point Lending and also Envision Title. And a lot of agents don't know about Envision Title because, for one, they're new to EXP, and they're new to the mastermind, and they're just trying to kind of start building their team and their business. And so I wanted to help you out, because you guys help us out. You help me out a lot as well too, with my lunch and learns. And so I want to scratch your back just as much as you scratch my back. But let's open it up for maybe one or two more questions for Andrew or Jimmy. If you guys have a question, don't be afraid.
Well, Pat, I got a quick question for you, Andrew. I really appreciate you guys taking the time here. And I was just wondering, on the retail side, what are you finding to be a good source of leads, for listings? Where does it all begin on the listing side for you guys on the retail?
It's all Sphere, man. It's all Sphere for us. Sphere and past clients. I don't think there's a great listing source out there that you can just buy leads or farming, I guess. But for us, we own our Sphere and we own our past client database. So a lot of the automation we've built out with Ross that I mentioned earlier is about hitting our database thoughtfully, as well as over and over. And that has been our best listing. I mean, I wish I could tell you, go to this zip code and pay Zillow, but all those leads you can buy are all buyer leads. So for us, listings are like Trey said, it's all relationships, and you got to hit it. We use viral marketing a lot. They are an awesome company. They pay us we pay them $500 a month, and they are awesome about hitting your database. So if it's something you guys don't know about, they're like a little marketing department for your database, and it's pretty reasonable, and they stay on you to do videos. So if you guys don't know that company, I would strongly suggest looking into it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yep.
VYRAL, if anyone's interested, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, viral
just to follow up on that, what would you say is if someone was just getting started, because you guys, the amount of transactions you guys have and relationships, if someone's just getting started and they don't have your contacts, what would you suggest doing?
You got to make a Sphere. If that's joining the PTO or the Rotary Club or something where your database can grow. Like if I was a new agent starting out in a new city, I would force myself to add 5 people to my database every day, whether it's at the car wash or, social media, some way where you can get that database up to a number where you can get referrals from it. I think that's the easiest way to get real estate business is to have people that you have relationships with.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
That's huge. And then real quick, I just want to share, I was just looking at the stock, and we were talking about the stock, and how awesome is this? I'm sure you guys probably made a few $100,000 just on this 45-minute mastermind call, because the stock's up over $5.82 this morning. So that is huge.
71.89.
That is huge. Yes. How cool is that? How cool is that right there? Yeah. Awesome. And real quick, I know, Robert, did you have a question, my friend? I think I heard you trying to say something here a second ago.
You know what I did? I thank you guys so much for being on, Andrew and Jimmy, and thanks, Pat, for putting this on. You do a lot of the cash, like fix flip, fix hold. do you do any type of, if you go into a listing, it needs a little love, it hasn't been remodeled in a while, do you go in, front some of the money to get it rehabbed and then sell it, and then you're paid at the close? Do you do any of that kind of financing?
We have done that here and there in random situations, but it's not in our repertoire. I know Compass leads with that a lot, and they talk about providing that. It's just a lot of work, and it leads to just a long lead time for a listing. And so could we get incremental listings if we did that? Probably, but we also tend to have, because we do these move up programs with the builders, these people are selling 300 to buy 500, and those people tend to have some cash. And so it just turns out that a lot of our clients don't need that service. But if we were trying to go for a different market, that would be a pretty good option. And we've done it one-off, but we have no system or anything in place to do that right now.
Got it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Great question. Well, the stock's up $7.22, and it must be because of you guys. And I just wanted to say again, thank you guys so much. And, I definitely respect y'all's time. And I know you guys are busy. It's Friday, and we'll definitely have a few other, Q&A here after you guys hop off. But then after this, everybody goes to leadership. And then I run to my lunch and learn to go meet Jackie there. To have a fun time and share the eXp model, and also share the Envision opportunity with other agents and whatnot. But hey guys, Jimmy, Andrew, I just want to say thanks so much for your time. We will get this recording out once I get it from Ian. I'll definitely gladly send it to you guys so you guys can send it and share it to your team if you want to. And we look forward to having you back this year as well, because obviously as eXp grows, our team is growing as well too. And once we get more agents joining our team, we definitely want them to know about your services that you guys offer. So if you guys need any help with anything, Andrew and Jimmy are here. If you guys need me to do a three-way phone call with them, I'm gladly here to help. And they're here to help you guys as well. Just like what Jimmy was saying, if you guys are working with obviously a RE/MAX agent or a RE/MAX team leader or a RE/MAX influencer, let them get involved, because they obviously have the experience. They got an amazing story, an amazing testimonial of where they were at, why they made the change, what they've done over here in a short amount of time at eXp. So they're here to help just as much as we're here to help them. So I just wanted to say, guys, thanks so much for joining us on our first Friday Mastermind of 2021.
Yeah. And I'll echo what Andrew said earlier. We're happy to provide our phone numbers, and don't hesitate to use those numbers.
Yeah, and not only RE/MAX, but if you have someone that really needs, they have more production than you, and you feel intimidated that, hey, how am I going to attract someone because I do 5 million and they do 30? Right. If you need us in that case, I know production a lot of times attracts. So if we can be helpful on that one as well, glad to jump on a Zoom or a phone call if we can help close the deal for you guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, a lot of powerful knowledge, a lot of powerful nuggets right there. I know just from looking at the text chat, the group enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. I always enjoy talking to you guys and masterminding with you guys as well too. So appreciate you guys. You guys have a great Friday.